Hello, my name is Ian, and today I'll be performing Hamlet's famous To Be or Not to Be soliloquy from Act 3, Scene 1. Most critics can agree that this is one of Shakespeare's most famous monologues, as Hamlet reflects on the nature of life and death, and whether life is even worth living for. Hamlet is also visited by the ghost of his father, who tells him to avenge his death and kill the new king, Hamlet's uncle. Hamlet undoubtedly feels doubt, despair, and is unknowing of what the future may bring with this new aim. The reason why I chose to portray this character is because Hamlet is very different from the conventional hero. For example, someone like Macbeth, who is a fighter, and although he does have his moments of doubt, he's ultimately a man of action. Whereas Hamlet tends to be quite passive and indecisive, with his biggest flaw being procrastination, which is something that I can relate to. Hamlet, you can tell this in the speech, as Hamlet talks about the whips and scorns of time, and how he even questions himself whether life is worth living for, which most people don't even dare to think of. In my performance today, I'm hoping to portray the inner turmoil which is going through Hamlet, and how he thinks to make the most important decision of his life. Now it's time for me to reflect. Hopefully you can reflect with me. Thank you. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come, where we shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that leads to calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of offers and spurns, the patient merit of the unworthy takes? For he himself were quite as meek, was Pempokin. Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns puzzles the will. Then bear those ills we have, then fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er by the pale cast of thought. With this regard, the currents turn awry and lose the name of action.